Today we'll be talking about the steps necessary to install the VersaTherm system. Prior to installation of the VersaTherm panels or any radiant system, Legend strongly recommends that a full system design be completed for the project. A proper system design will determine the optimal fluid flow rates and temperatures for the project floor construction and conditions, including floor coverings. Refer to the VersaTherm output chart seen here to determine the optimum water temperature necessary to achieve the design output. Use the floor covering R value reference chart from the RPA floor covering guide to find the R value of the homeowner's chosen floor covering. Legend offers design services to assist you. The Legend LoopCAD software is available to both wholesalers and contractors. For more details about the LoopCAD software, including licensing fees, contact Legend at 866-752-2055. Where local codes conflict with these instructions, local code should take precedence. The first step is prepping the site. You'll want to communicate with any other trades working on your project. Drywall should be complete, and any future penetrations of the floor for electrical, ventilation, or any other reasons must be clearly marked. The VersaTherm panels have a height of 3/4 of an inch. Keep this in mind when you plan for doors and wall-based molding. The subfloor or concrete slab should be clean and as level as possible. Also, the floor must be structurally sound. Do not install VersaTherm on damaged or rotted floors. If using VersaTherm on a concrete slab, a vapor barrier between the slab and the VersaTherm panels will be necessary. The manifold supplying water to this section of floor should already be installed with the fittings available to attach your tubing to the manifold. With the site prep completed, we're ready to lay down the VersaTherm panels. It is recommended that you follow a tube and panel layout design and start laying down VersaTherm panels near the manifold or where the radiant tubing will enter the room. The VersaTherm system allows for various layout designs that meet the requirements for optimum output and the comfort needs of the homeowner. Also, plan to leave a gap of approximately 3 inches between the wall and the edge of the panels around the entire room to provide space for a carpet tack strip. Because VersaTherm panels snap together, installing the system is quick and easy. Starting near the manifold, begin laying down the VersaTherm panels. Continue by snapping the panels into place. You can lay down a maximum of 9 main panels. Use VersaTherm return panels after 9 main panels and at the end of a row. This allows for expansion and contraction of the tubing. Return panels can be cut as needed. Use return panels to avoid the floor penetrations that we marked earlier. The return panels can be cut on a table saw or with metal cutting shears. Only the return panels can be cut. Never cut the main panels. Continue with the main panels and return panels until the room is complete. With all panels in place, we're ready to install the radiant tubing. Before laying down any tubing, inspect the tube channels and remove any debris. Diffuser plates are placed in the return panels. These plates serve as a channel for the tubing and to maximize heat output from the return panels. Following your tube layout design and starting near the manifold, walk the radiant tubing into place along the tube channels in the VersaTherm panels. VersaTherm is designed to use 1/2-inch PEX radiant tubing. PEX tubing, compliant with ASTM F876, will fit in the VersaTherm tube channels without the need of silicone or adhesives. Keep the tubing tight to the inside on any bends. This allows for expansion. Perform an air test on the completed system. Install filler material in any spaces around objects and anywhere you will not be heating, such as under cabinets. Use 3/4-inch plywood for the open spaces and your 3-inch perimeter gap. The final step is to cover all of the tubing. This protects the radiant tubing and maximizes the efficiency of the VersaTherm system. Start by laying the tubing shields over the tube channels on the main panels. Tape them down using 2-inch packing tape. Install the return panel covers by pushing the 4 clips into place and securing the center with a single screw. Finally, tape down the edges of the return panel covers. All hardware for securing the return panel covers is included. That's all there is to it. VersaTherm has been designed to not only be simple to use, but versatile and a good match for any type of flooring system you'll be using. Now let's look at the 4 most common floor coverings used with radiant heating. VersaTherm is designed to work well with any floor covering. First, using VersaTherm with carpet or floating floor systems over a concrete slab or floor joists. Whether over concrete or floor joists, VersaTherm is installed the same way. Pad and carpet are installed directly over the VersaTherm system. When installing a pad and carpeting, use 3/4 inch plywood to provide a perimeter of at least 3 inches around the floor to attach tack strips for the pad and carpeting. Wood laminate can be installed directly over VersaTherm by following the laminate floor manufacturer's installation instructions. When using VersaTherm with a hardwood floor, the VersaTherm layer is sandwiched between the subfloor and the nailing surface for attaching the hardwood. The nailing surface is typically 3/4 inch plywood, thick enough to accept and secure the hardwood flooring planks. Be sure to mark where your tubing channels are before you start to screw down the nailing surface and VersaTherm layers. It is very important to stay clear of the tubing channels when selecting screwing locations, so as not to damage the tubing. The nailing surface and VersaTherm layers are secured to the subfloor with 2-inch screws. Use a minimum of 6 screws per panel. It is recommended that you consult with the floor covering manufacturer and the installer for further guidelines. Once the layers are secured to the plywood subfloor, you are ready to lay down the hardwood. When using VersaTherm with ceramic tile, the VersaTherm layer is sandwiched between the subfloor and the cement board, typically used for laying down ceramic tile. Be sure to mark where your tubing channels are before you start to screw down the cement board and VersaTherm layers. It is very important to stay clear of the tubing channels when selecting screwing locations so as not to damage the tubing. The cement board and VersaTherm layers are secured to the subfloor with 2-inch screws. Use a minimum of 6 screws per panel. It is recommended that you consult with the floor covering manufacturer and the installer for further guidelines. Once the layers are secured to the plywood subfloor, you are ready to lay down the ceramic tile floor. VersaTherm is designed to be just that simple and easy.